All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Ram Report for a Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday, November 30th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by ParlayCalculator.com. It's one of the tools you can use here to calculate, hopefully, your winning night. All you got to do is put in the numbers on the selections of your bets. So let's say you got an underdog of 140, you got a favorite in, say, hockey of 160, and say you got a 110 money line. And then you got another 150 underdog, and you put $20 on that. There you go, on that bet, $352, and that's how it works here at ParlayCalculator.com. All right, good morning, Sniper. See you in the house, and again, good morning, everyone who's tuning in each and every day here to the Ram Report. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and I do this each day, Monday to Friday, 10:30 Eastern. And if you missed the live show, not to worry, you can catch the replay right here on our YouTube channel. There's Miss Denica from Toronto. Good morning, Miss Denica. Hopefully everybody's having themselves a good morning, enjoying their cup of coffee. And there's Isaiah. There's our Toronto, Minnesota Wild fan right there in Minnesota. How you doing, Isaiah? Gloria K. Good morning, Breakfast Club peeps. And only here for a minute, as he's probably working today, right? All right, so hopefully everybody caught the show yesterday. And again, if you missed the show, it's always on the YouTube channel, and we do have a good show for you guys here today. We're going to go over the 5 NBA games with the computer pick. Got 8 NHL games. And after that, we're going to take I got a little article here that I wrote this morning, and I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to post it in the VIP section here at the YouTube channel. Yesterday, I did a video on cyclical and the situational handicapping, and you can get that if you go to our YouTube channel. We do have a new VIP section, so anytime everybody signs up for the VIP section, you get the instructional videos. And yesterday, again, if you go to our YouTube channel and you look in the members only area, I got there's an article or a video that says using situational and cyclical handicapping to win games, right? And today I'm going to do another video on understanding the risk management. When you make your sports betting picks, there's a risk management element involved, and I'm going to talk about understanding the risk of sports betting and how to eliminate some of the things that you think are important or you might not think are important, but in the process of making your pick. So risk management plays a huge role in making your selections each and every day, and I'm going to talk about that today, and I'll be posting that video in the VIP section. All right. You got a comment of the day, shout out for you got a comment of the day, shout out on this channel. You got a comment of the day, shout out on this channel. All right, what's the comment of the day? I didn't get that. You got a comment of the day, shout out on this channel. And who's that? Who's that, Isaiah? Let me see here. Let me see. Good morning, family. Good morning, okay. So, hey, good morning, Lindbergh. Ralph Menzietta, how you doing, Ralph? I heard you are a stalker, Miss Danica. Brock said so. Miss Danica, I heard your good morning, Ralph. That's funny. Let me see here. Ralph, good morning, people. Let's make some winning bets today. Let's get that money. Did everyone cash yesterday? And you got a comment. So, yeah, good luck to all. Yeah, I'd like to know, understand you got to Discord. Underdog, did you get the Discord going? Yeah, so we do have a Discord going. But Isaiah, I'd like to know, I got a comment on the shout out of the channel or something like that. You said you got a comment of the day, shout out on his channel. All right, comment of the day. I don't know what that is, but hopefully it's a good thing, right? All right, so as we always do here, we talk, comment on the purpose. He's hilarious. On the purpose. All right, you guys are, I'm losing conversation with you guys. I don't know what you're talking about. I commented on that purpose. He's hilarious. All right. So looking at the horse racing tip sheet, today's free tip sheet is going to be Penn National. Yeah, that's right. Penn National is the free tip sheet of the day. If you go to atsstats.com and you look at the tools, or sorry, the horses, go to free tip sheet. In the pull-down menu, you can pull up Penn National. You get the entire tip sheet for free today for Penn National. So all the horse racing fans, if you do like horse racing, you can get the entire tip sheet today for November 30th, last day of November, and we turn the calendar tomorrow, and the first day of December, and hopefully we'll have we'll finish off on a strong note here today on November 30th. All right, it's a balmy -3 degrees here in Ottawa. Let me know how you guys are. How's the weather in your area? I know the people in California or Florida are going to probably brag that it's 30 degrees out there, or in Fahrenheit it'd be maybe 72. But yeah, -3 degrees here in Ottawa today. Little nippy, but it's good hockey weather, right? All right, let's get into the show right now. Let's go to the NBA and we'll do the computer forecast, and hopefully your picks were good. All right, hello Raymond. For me, today is a cash out Monday. Is like a cash out Monday, says Rui. Yeah, hopefully Rui's doing really well at B-ball picks, so you might want to follow Rui Pedro Nagaria from Lisbon at bballpicks.com. All right, here we go. We're going to kick it off with the Brooklyn Nets taking on the New York Knicks. Now, New York coming off a 99-90 victory a couple nights ago in Atlanta, and they beat the Hawks. Now, the Hawks, I think, in that situation were playing in back-to-back game. And now for Brooklyn, they're coming off a 113-107 loss to the Phoenix Suns, and Brooklyn is now 14-6 on the year. And looking at the line on this game, we have the Nets at -6.5. The over-under is set at 216.5, and looking at the that's the total, and we have the total here at 216.74. Man, look at the score right here. 108.73 for Brooklyn, 108.01 for the New York Knicks. So it's going to be that's a tight game right there. So if you go with the computer forecast, you might like the New York Knicks, but we got the Brooklyn Nets winning straight up, and the total landing a hair above the 216.5 total, as we got at 216.74. Looking at Brooklyn on the year, 14-6. New York, after that hot start, cooled down a bit, now 11-9, 7-13 to the under. And my line on the game, I had the Brooklyn Nets at -4.1, and you can see they are a 6.5 point favorite. And had the New York Knicks at -0.5, and you're getting +6.5. And that game will be played at the Barclays Center. Tip-off 8:30 tonight. 8:30. Is that sometimes I wonder if that's a line feed change. Yeah, probably 7:30. That's probably a 7:30 tip-off. All right, Memphis taking on the Toronto Raptors. Now the Raptors are a 3.5 point favorite. The over-under is set at 216.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lean with the Toronto Raptors in this one. 111-108. The over-under at 220.29. And looking at the starting lineup, as we know, John Morant is out with a knee injury. So no John Morant here tonight for the Memphis Grizzlies. And looking at the Toronto Raptors, OG Anunoby, that's a big hurt right there. And so Gary Trent is a game time decision. All right, so we do like the Raptors in this one, 111-108, and the total landing on 220.29. And Toronto coming off a loss in their last game at home to the Boston Celtics, 109-97, while the Memphis Grizzlies took care of business, beating Sacramento 128-101, and looking at their last 7 games have gone over the total. All right, good morning, Elliot. I see Elliot's in the house. There's Mark Nations, and who else is in the house here? Ralph's in the house. So just 75 degrees in SoCal for Ralph. Ralph's probably at the Lincoln Riley party right there, at USC. Good pickup for the Trojans. You know what? When I saw that yesterday or a couple days ago, whatever it was announced, I said, man, there's the guy that wants no part of the SEC. Hey, he just said, you know what? I got to get out of Dodge here because I'm not going to play in the SEC and lose my your brand, right? When you're a coach, and I know this for a fact because I do coach football, you know your value, right? And I think Lincoln Riley knows his value, and he knew that if he stayed at Oklahoma and played in the SEC, his value would have went down. And hey, Lincoln Riley is like a stock right now. He sold high, right? He bought low, sold high, and now he's gonna live the good life at USC. So good pickup for USC, and we'll see what happens in the meanwhile. All right, back to the NBA. And Golden State taking on the Phoenix Suns. Now the Suns a 1 point favorite. The over-under set at 215.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lean with the Suns. They are 17-3 on a 16-game win streak, and I do have a great system on this game here today. This is going to be a fantastic basketball game here this evening, and we do like the Suns to win by 3. 110-107, the over-under at 217.15, and Golden State coming in hot on a 7-game win streak straight up and against the point spread. All right, where is the B-ball picks on the website? Where is the best ball picks on the web? I can't find. B-ball picks on the website? It's not, B-ball's not up? Rui, what do you mean, Raymond? Where is the B-ball picks on the website? I don't know what you mean by that. If you go to bballpicks.com, it is there. So I don't know. I'm a long life Sooner fan, says Ralph Nunziata. All right, so just a little bit thrown off there. I don't know what you meant by that. bballpicks.com. It's on the website. The website's up there, Rui. All right, so looking at the Phoenix Suns, as we said, they're on a 16-game win streak. They've covered the spread the last two. Now, the thing, anytime you get, and I'll talk about this today in my risk management rant, and I'll be doing a video and I'll be posting it inside the video area, VIP. This is risk management 101 right here. You got the Phoenix Suns on a 16-game win streak, and then you got Golden State. Probably no risk here for either of these teams, right? But the thing that is risky is anytime you got a team on a 16-game win streak, it's like catching a fallen knife, right? When are they going to lose that next game? And the same could be said here for Golden State. They've won their last 7 straight up and against the point spread, and their last 3 have gone under the total. Now, the one thing I noticed right here is Phoenix is coming on 2 days rest, so that extra days rest could help. And for the Golden State Warriors, 18-2 on the year. Man, these guys are just combined record of what here? 35-5. pretty good track record right there. And my line on the game, I had the Phoenix Suns at minus 7.6, but I also had the Warriors at minus 12.92. So hey, you know what? You're getting good value. This is a pick'em line, and you can flip a quarter in this one. But I do have a nice system play I'm going to share with you guys on this game in just a few minutes. All right. Portland taking on the Detroit Pistons. Hey, you go from a great game to this game right here, right? Portland against Detroit. Minus 9.5, and then the total is 215.5. ATS forecast. Computer pick. Gonna lean with the Trailblazers in this one. 113-102. The over-under at 216.13. Looking at the chance of covering, 79% chance of covering for the Portland Trailblazers. That's because they are on a 3-game straight up and ATS losing streak, but the chance of covering for the Pistons at 42%. And that is, look at that. They're on a 6-game losing streak, but they've covered their last 2 games, and that's why their chance of covering is at 42%. And that's the one of the parts here in the Rain Report. We look at value, percentage play, and performance cycles every time we handicap the games. All right, let's take a look at the Lakers taking on the Sacramento Kings. Now, the Lakers going to Sacramento as a 4-point road favorite. The over-under is set at 226. ATS forecast. Computer pick. Going to lean with the Lakers in this one. 118-111. The over-under at 229.97. Looking at the Lakers' last couple of games. Last 3 have gone over the total. Same thing with the Sacramento Kings. That's why your Kogo is at a 23% chance of game going over the total. That's because combined, both these teams, they're 6-0 to the over if you count both their last 3 games, right? All right, looking at the value index on this game here tonight, I had the Lakers at plus 3.3, so they're overvalued at 4. They are 11-11 on the year, while Buddy Buckets and the Kings are 8-13, 9-11 to the under. And looking at the strength of schedule for the Lakers' last 7 games, 44.9% compared to 55.1% for the Kings, who look to be a little bit more battle ready tonight, going into today's matchup with the LA Lakers. All right, so again, we like the Lakers 118-111, the total at 229.97. All right, so let's that's the Laker report. Let me check, see if I'm missing anything here. Yeah, sights up, says Sniper. I love the under in the Lakers game, says the network. Last game went over due to 3 overtimes. Yeah, that's true. Ended at 200 points. No way they get over 225 tonight. Never say never. LeBron getting cocky again. As much as I'm not a fan of him, just handicap wisely. Exactly. Just handicap wisely. And this is, that's a good point Miss Denica makes. She goes, just handicap wisely and don't let the fandom in you take over, right? Sometimes when you're handicapping games and you're a fan of the team or you're a fan of a player, there's a bit of hopium that you're going with that team or that player because you got some fan interest in that situation, right? But again, I'm going to talk about that today just a little bit when I talk about risk management, and it's about when you handicap games and you're factoring in all the elements, all the components of handicapping, and risk management plays a huge role in your decision making. All right. Let me see here. I dig it up. It's trying to turn. I dig. He is trying to turn up. Yeah, I dig it. He is trying to turn up. Yeah, you know what? LeBron is as long as he can stay healthy, right? As long as he can stay healthy. But there's just the Lakers are starting to look old. When I look at the Lakers, I'm like, man, they're starting to look like an old team right now. Like, hey, LeBron's not young, right? Westbrook, and they're just looking like an old team. And then you got the new young guns coming up. Guys like John Morant coming up. It's just then hopefully Williamson can get in the lineup soon. But I got a feeling that the Lakers, unfortunately, I don't see a long playoff run. I don't even know if they'll make the playoffs because, once you get into the end of the year and you start going in back-to-back game nights and you got old players, old legs, man, they get tired come to game 4, 5, and 6, right? All right, there's my good friend Scotty Bear. How you doing, Scotty? Great morning, OG Wheat. And great morning, people, says OG. All right, OG, I sent you an email on the cash issue. Hopefully that will resolve your problem. I like the Raptors and being Canadian. You do the math, says Rick Ruler. Yeah. Hey, Rick, we're in the same page right there. I'm a Raptor fan too. And when I watch the Raptors now, it's not the same. Like obviously when since Kawhi's gone and every year, Stormin Norman leaves and is Freddie going to be next? But I think he's locked up for a few more years. But consistency, right? When you look at the good teams, they keep their base consistent players, and that's what's happening in Toronto. They're losing all their consistent good players, and that's why Toronto is pooping the bed right now, as they say. All right, let's get to the puck talk and how we doing on time here. Not too bad, 15 minutes into the show. Detroit Red Wings taking on the Boston Bruins. Now the Bruins are 233 favorite. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast. Computer pick. Going to lean with the Bees in this one. 3.4 to 2.47. The over-under at 5.96. Now, keep in mind, Marchand is going to be serving a 3-game suspension for that slew foot he gave the other night. Not, you do stuff like that, you don't get a lot of respect by the association of the players, right? The union, as they say. But not a good look for Marchand to do that. Minus 233, again, big price tag on the Bruins. Detroit, you know what? Detroit's playing a lot better this year, but a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team. Really good at home, kind of Hyde on the road. 3.4 to 2.4 favoring the Bees tonight. 5.96 is the total. Detroit on a 2-game win streak, coming off a win over the Sabres. But keep in mind, it is the Sabres. And Boston, 3-2 victory over Vancouver, and Vancouver's not been doing that well. Even though they won last night in Montreal, they haven't been consistent of late. All right, so going into tonight's game, Detroit 10-12 on the year, Boston 11-7. San Jose taking on the New Jersey Devils. Now the Devils a 141 favorite. The over/under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the Devils in this one. 3.05, 2.86, 8.3. The over/under at 5.88, so it does like it to go over the total. Looking at the chances of winning, 60% chance on the Rain Report Law of Average theory compared to 40% for the San Jose Sharks. Now, looking at the Sharks' last game, a 2-0 victory over Chicago. That was on Sunday. And a nice shutout there for the San Jose Sharks, while the Devils winning 5-2 against the Philadelphia Flyers. Man, the Flyers, I'm not understanding this team at all. They're really, there's some teams you handicap and you look at the lineup and always in Philly, you always go back to goaltending, right? It's just Philadelphia just seems to, they can't get on the same page and consistency, right? I don't know what's going to happen in Philly. Maybe you got to shake it up and maybe you got to trade Giroux. Maybe you got to trade Giroux and get him out of Dodge and go get a goalie or something. I don't know. All right. Washington taking on the Florida Panthers. The line here, minus 141 on the Florida Panthers. The over-under set at 5.5. And let me take a look at the injury report in this game. I know Barkov is gone. And let me see here. Let's go to NHL. Let me take a look. Let me see. NHL tonight for Florida. Yeah, they got, Duclair's out. They got Asciari out. Barkov's out. Forling, Jula, Marchment. Yeah, if Florida's starting to get a little bit banged up, and for Washington, man, these guys are heating up again. Like Ovi at his age still popping putting the puck in the biscuit in the twine type thing or in the basket. And looking at let me see here their lineup tonight. I don't see, man. Just wait until they get Backstrom back and Manta. And Oshie, wow. They're doing all this without those three guys. Backstrom, Mantha, and Oshie. Those are three big pieces to the puzzle in Washington, and they're still winning. They're 14-8 on the year. Florida cooling down a bit on a 2-game losing streak, 14-7. 2 days rest tonight, and we do like the Panthers on the computer pick, but you know what? The computer doesn't see the injury report, and 3.2 to 2.5, the over-under at 5.83. And again, the Capitals on a 3-game win streak. Columbus taking on the Nashville Predators. Now the Preds a 156 favorite. The over-under set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with Nashville in this one. 3.1 to 2.3, the over-under at 5.5. 57% chance of winning for Nashville, who's coming off a 6-2 loss to Colorado. And their last 3 games have gone over the total, while Columbus also coming off a 6-3 loss. And they lost to St. Louis, the Blues, on the road, right? That was a road game. I had St. Louis in that game. 12-7 on the year for the Blue Jackets. And looking at the probable starting goalies tonight for Columbus, hey, Elvis might be in the house. Elvis Merzlikins against UC Saros. Could be a game that goes under. That's 2 good goalies. Whenever Elvis is in the house, you know he's going to be pretty hot, right? All right, so looking at the Blue Jackets, 12-7. Remember about 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I said, you know what? Take the Blue Jackets on a futures ticket. They make the playoffs. We start hedging and we start making money. Nashville 3.1, Columbus 2.3, the over-under at 5.5. Arizona taking on the Minnesota Wild. Now the Wild coming off a big win over Tampa Bay, right? Could be a letdown spot here. Arizona playing a little bit, I'm not going to get carried away here. They're playing a little bit better hockey, coming off a 1-0 win over your Winnipeg Jets there, Sniper, last night in the Peg. And looking at today's lineup, look at the line. Minus 370 for the Minnesota Wild, the over-under at 5.5. You know, this is a huge public, consensus public mentality is going to be on Minnesota. If you're taking Arizona today, you're probably one of the 2%ers that's probably going to take it. But you just never know, right? Hey, every team goes through cycles, and we'll see if Carolina or Arizona. I don't know if they've won 2 games in a row all year. I don't think so. 5-17 on the year, where Minnesota coming off that 4-2 win. Could be a letdown spot after defeating the Stanley Cup champions. And they lost. Remember, they played in Tampa Bay 2 weeks ago, or about 10 days ago. They lost 5-4, and they revenged that win with a 4-2 victory over Tampa Bay in their last game. They're on a 3-game win streak, 3.1, 2.4, the over-under at 5.61. And Minnesota, huge price tag tonight at the XL Energy Center. All right, a little bounce-back game here tonight for the Tampa Bay Lightning, coming off that 4-2 loss to the Wild, taking on the St. Louis Blues, who won against the Columbus Blue Jackets. The final of that game was 6-3, and now we have the St. Louis, a 116 favorite. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Blues in this one, 3.5 to 2.4. The over-under at 6.06. Looking at St. Louis on the season, 11-10, while the Tampa Bay Lightning 12-8. And looking at the line on this game, I had Tampa at minus 172 and had the Blues at minus 139. So you're getting good value on both these teams here tonight. And you know what? This is going to be a great game to watch. All right, Carolina taking on the Dallas Stars. You know, I was looking at the league standings the other day, and I saw Carolina at 15-5, and I saw Edmonton at 15-5, and I said, wow, you know, here's 2 teams where probably nobody expected them to, I know we expected them to do well, but Edmonton, 15 wins. Wow, I didn't really see that coming. And Carolina neither. I didn't see 15 wins at this in the first 20 games. And that's a good measuring point, stick, when you're handicapping a futures ticket. How have teams done in the first 20 games of the season? It lets you know what type of team you had. And it's one thing that I do in baseball as well. Because, Edmonton, Carolina, they're not going to fly under the radar, but they're going to be teams that anytime you get them, like the situation tonight, they bring a lot of value. Minus 111 is the line here on the Dallas Stars. The over-under at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Canes in this one, 3.08, 2.78. The over-under at 5.86. Now, if you watch that game on Sunday, where was it Sunday? Yeah, I think it was Sunday. Rod Brindamore was absolutely livid in the third period when the referees gave the Capitals a 5-on-3 with about 2 minutes left to go in the game. And I've never seen Brindamore just lose it. He lost it. He absolutely lost it on the bench. And he was just, oh man, it was Rod the Bod came out. Anybody who's followed Rod Brindamore's career, his nickname is Rod the Bod, and I guarantee you he probably went in the weight room right after that and just took it out on the weights because he was just furious that the rest would give the Capitals a 5-on-3 with about 2 minutes left to go in the game. And obviously it cost him, right? Even though they didn't score technically on the power play, but they got out of the box and they scored a second after. So it was a crappy call, right? In a game like that, it's 2-2. let the teams win it, right? Don't be a hero of the refs and let the players decide the game, especially in a really good game like that. You got a national audience watching. You don't need to upstage the teams, right? They're Mr. Referee. All right, so 3.08 tonight for Carolina, 2.78 for the Dallas Stars, the over-under at 5.86. Now, Dallas didn't start the year off right, but they're doing all right now. They're on a 4-game win streak. And as long as they get good goaltending, that's the issue in Dallas, right? Holtby's a little bit of an older goaltender, and Anton Khudobin, well, we know he's also up there in age, but if they can get good goaltending, they'll have a shot to make the playoffs. Last 4 games for Dallas have gone under the total. Anaheim taking on the LA Kings. Now the Ducks going into the, got to change this, not the Staples Center anymore. It's the Crypto.com arena or center. And at minus 125 is the line. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Kings in this one, 2.8 to 2.5. The over-under at 5.38. Looking at the LA Kings on the season, 9-11. And for Anaheim, 500, 11-11, but took a beating in their last game, and the final score was 5-1 for the red-hot Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, Ron, thanks for the follow on Twitter. You got your input late last night. How's it going, bro? You got it? No, we have an Instagram. Yeah, we do have an Instagram. Scotty Bear takes care of our social media, so we do have some Instagram accounts. Dallas back to its under trend, says Miss Denica. Hey guys, don't forget to put Duke Blue Devils on college basketball in your parlay picks tonight, and Winnipeg Blue Bombers this coming weekend. Yeah, I agree with Daryl Turner and his other brother Daryl. Hey, a little Bob Newhart joke right there. And if you're too young to understand that joke, you probably have to go Google it and just do Bob Newhart, Daryl, and this is my other brother Daryl. And how you doing, Daryl Turner? Hope you're doing well. All right, thanks D, thanks Turner. And how we doing on time? 25 minutes. All right. So let's get to those system plays of the day. And we'll start off with the NBA. I only got one system in the NBA, and it's the best game of the night. Let's go to the game of the night, and that will be in Phoenix. Let's go to the NBA forecast right here. And the system play of the day is a money line play. And you know what? If you like Golden State, take the +1. If you like Phoenix, just take the money line. Don't sweat out that 1 point. Don't push, right? All right, here's the system. Anytime you got an NBA home team as a favorite, the total's between 215 and 220, and that team's after a non-division game, coming off 2 days rest, and they're coming off a win over an Eastern Atlantic opponent. That team, that home favorite, is 19-1. Let's go with the Phoenix Suns tonight, -1, against the Golden State Warriors. All right, I got 3 system plays for you guys in NHL hockey. And we'll go to the first system play of the day. And I just talked about these two goalies that might go under, but the system is going over the total. And that happens, right? Anytime you get the mindset of 2 good goalies going head-to-head, the consensus, the mindset of the market psychology would be under. But this system is on the over tonight between the Nashville and the Columbus Blue Jackets. All right, here it is. It's 15-3. Anytime you got a road team playing on a Tuesday after a division game, before a non-division game, and they're coming off 2 overs, they scored 3 or less goals for in the last game, but allowed 6 or more goals against. The over is 15-3 for the road team. So over tonight between Columbus and Nashville. That is system play number 1. System play number 2, I like this one. I like the under in this game here between Arizona and Minnesota. And let's take a look at the system on this one. Now the system goes like this. Look at that. It's 17-4, and we have a team system of 12-2 on Arizona. But anytime you got a road underdog the last 2 years after a non-conference game, before a division game, and they're coming off a Western Conference opponent, and they're coming off a 1-goal win, the under is 17-4. So let's go under the total between Arizona and Minnesota. And your last system play of the day is going to be on the LA Kings, 3 totals today. And we're going with 3 totals. Let's go LA, Anaheim, and another total. And we're going to go under the total between Anaheim and the Kings at 5.5. And here is the system play. It's not as strong as the other ones, but it's a pretty good one. Anytime you got a home favorite and the total's 5.5, and it's a division game, and the home team's coming off an Eastern Conference opponent, and they're also coming off a 5-game homestand, and they allowed 2 or less goals against in their last game, and that was a win over Ottawa in their last game. The under is 11-5 for the home favorite. So let's go under the total between Anaheim and LA. And those are your 3-system NHL plays today for the National Hockey League. All right. Before we go, don't forget, guys. I should have done that first. I was supposed to do the understanding risk management. So one thing I like to do all the time is this really gets, you can really get some really good conversations going, right? When you talk to other handicappers or pro bettors, and the philosophy of sports betting, right? You know my philosophy on money management, and I believe that not every day is going to be a stockbroker day, right? Not every day is going to be a Picasso where $100 to $500 day. And, if, like, I'll give you an example, right? I haven't put a $500 bet on hockey since Saturday because I just don't like the games that I've been seeing Sunday, Monday. And if I don't like anything today, I'll just, beer money, right? Beer and pizza money. And you really got to factor in risk management. Now, today's topic of the day, and I'm going to do a video on this. This will be a snippet of the video, so a little plug for our VIP channel. As you know, in the Rain Report, I always talk about value, the percentage play, and the performance cycles, right? And when you handicap your games, every time you're handicapping a game, you got to consider the risk management of your bet, right? Sometimes you're making a bet and then the odds, you're betting the underdog. As soon as you know you're betting the underdog, the odds aren't in your favor, right? But that's why they call it gambling. You're taking a risk. And if you have risk management tools that you use, or your discipline, risk management discipline when you are handicapping your games. I'm going to give you 7 keys of my risk management decisions, and I'm going to go more in detail in another video that's going to be longer. But here are the 7 keys to risk management decisions on making your final selections of a game. The number one key: identify and understand the situation. What's the matchup? What's the game line and odds, right? And then use the market psychology. If I see a thing like Winnipeg minus 333 against Arizona, understand that situation, right? Identify both teams' winning percentage. That is so key. And I'll get more into details into the video. What type of team? In the Rain Report, I go A, B, and C type teams. Identify both those winning percentage and keep that in mind throughout the entire process when you're handicapping those games. I'll say it again. I know it's sound like a broken record. As Bill Parcells says, you are what your record says you are, and identify the winning percentage of both teams. Identify both teams' current performance cycles. Now, teams go through cycles. You think a team's going to win from game 1 to game 84 all the way through, and there won't be some ups and downs along the way? Just think of a roller coaster, right? And teams go through cycles and identify those cycles. And when you're identifying those cycles, what type of team is in that cycle? Is it a, B, or C type team? Number 4, investigate the risks. Understand when you're sports betting and you're betting on sports, there's a risk factor there, and you got to have a risk tolerance level, right? Know your risk tolerance level when you are making your decisions on the game. Investigate both teams' percentage play, right? Teams' percentage play at home, away, favorite, and an underdog. Always play the percentages, and then once you're done and you're evaluating all those risks, understand that you go get the best price. Shop for value and go get the best line or the best price, right? Hey, for instance, if last night you played the Washington Redskins, we gave out that pick yesterday on the show. It was a pick'em line, right? But if you waited throughout the day, you got +2.5, +3 maybe, right? So if you waited and you shopped around, you got a good line value right there. And then once you make a pick, this is the one I love. Live with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes we him and ha about a pick, and we're like, what? Do I take this pick? Do I feel really good? What's my confidence level? You know what? Make the pick and live with it. And that's one of the best things that you probably do. And have confidence in your process of evaluating that pick and understand the risk management that you took during the procedures of getting to that decision, and just live with it, right? So I'm going to make a longer video on all these things here today. It's going to be in the VIP section at ATS Stats on the Rain Report on our YouTube channel. So if you go to the YouTube channel, you'll see that we do have a new VIP section, and I'm going to throw in a lot of instructional videos, a lot of picks, and membership and VIP will have its privileges right here at the Rain Report. All right. That's a wrap on that for today, November 30th, last day of the month, and hopefully your picks will be winnings ones today. And go, folks, if you want my selections each and every day, you go to atsstats.com. And if you want my premium picks, go to premium picks. And that's where you will find my selections each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, before I go, let me just see, the chess match. I'll make sure to link up before we tip off. Portland Timbers to win MLS Soccer Championship, says Jennifer. I agree. Today is a beer and pizza money day. You know what? Yesterday was a beer and pizza money day. OG Wheat. I only liked the Pittsburgh Penguins yesterday. I didn't. I was on the board between Vancouver and Montreal, but when I saw a C on C crime, I said, you know what? I'm not going to risk even beer and pizza money on that game. Risk management, right? That was a risk management decision. I said, I'll take my chances with the Pittsburgh Penguins, and we went to a shootout, right? Tristan Jarry played a hell of a game last night for the Penguins. I thought they were going to get out of Dodge with a win, but you know what? You got to tip your hat to the Calgary Flames. They showed up, and they got the W. All right, folks, we'll see you back here on Wednesday. And again, check out our new VIP section right here on the YouTube channel. There'll be a lot of videos, a lot of picks, a lot of other goodies into the channel, and hopefully you'll be able to get that. All right. As always, shop for value.